There are a couple of ways to interpret this headline, given who is saying it. You got Kevin Feige on Captain America Brave New World. It's all about the full acceptance of Sam Wilson as Captain America. Well, would you need to actually say that if if Falcon and the Winter Soldier actually accomplished that a couple of years ago? Or would you also have to say that knowing just the absolute detestation most people have towards this film, even though we're, just a few days away from its release? Or would you also have to make that claim if people weren't also aware of the meta that Chris Evans is very likely to return for Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars, and there's a soft reboot on the horizon? But no, Sam Wilson, he's definitely going to have future Captain America movies, or Marvel's going to be making future Captain America movies, and there's definitely going to be a Captain America in the next one. But Kevin Feige recently shared that the main thing he wants audiences to take away from Captain America Brave New World is the full acceptance of Sam Wilson as Captain America. As reported by Games Radar, Feige attended a press conference promoting the upcoming film where he said, "I think in many ways the victory has already happened, but it's that full acceptance of Sam Wilson as Captain America, right? Right? Sure." He added, "That shield has been passed, and it feels like the audience knows it was passed to the right person." I mean, apparently you weren't watching the movies, but it was very much set up that Bucky was going to get the shield, and then in the last second swerve, it's like, nah, we know he's going to steal it anyway. So here you go, Sam, you might as well just take this. And I think this movie will solidify that more. Yeah, exactly. When, in one of the more recently released teasers where he's saying, "Oh, I should have took that super serum," it's like, yeah, that's really going to get driven home, well, specifically at the end, at the business end of Red Hulk's fist, when it's nearly incomprehensible that a regular dude, a well-trained military armed forces member, okay, let's not sell Falcon short, okay? He's got the above and beyond training. He's still a mortal man, though. He doesn't have super serum. Oh, cool, he has a vibranium super suit, okay? He's got goofy-ass wings. He's effectively a Power Ranger with a shield. When it's all said and done, if Captain America still needs wings, it's like, you're not Captain America. We know it. Steve Rogers is Captain America. Sam Wilson as Falcon was beloved by the audience. This time around, probably not going to be the same. He added, the movie will solidify that more. Sure it will. Feige's comments were reiterated by director Julius Ona, who said, "This is about cementing Sam Wilson as our new Captain America, and his superpower is empathy." Oh, Jesus Christ. I want the audience to walk away with that emotional, inspiring idea of that empathy. So is that how he's going to defeat a gamma-radiated super being, a rage monster incarnate? He's just going to be really empathetic. It's like, I know you're going through stuff right now. We know your first term as president has been hard on you. Would you like to sit down and talk about it? Is that what we're going to do? Are we going to have an unearned Schwarmish scene at the end for after the 5 minutes is up of Red Hulk? Is that what we're going to do? Shut up. Because I think the twists and the turns, the action, surprise, and the fun ride that will absolutely go on is about taking you on this emotional destination. That's why we've just seen a bunch of superfluous action scenes so far. Yeah, because it's all about empathy and conversations. Great. We've listened to and seen Marvel dialogue in recent years, and as bad as the action scenes are, not just in this film, but in general, I don't know what's actually worse, the CGI or the crayon scribbles that you pass off as a script. It's unlikely a significant portion of Marvel's audience will accept that Sam Wilson is Captain America, especially given actor Anthony Mackie's comments where he said the Captain America does not represent America. And that was probably a shock to a lot of people. Not just his comments, but that's Captain America? No, where's that Chris guy? Captain America is not black. That's Falcon. Why'd he steal the shield? How'd he get the shield? Because guess what? Nobody watched or nobody remembers the streaming show from 2022. Jesus. Added, it was about a man who keeps his word. Oh, I'm sorry. For me, Captain America represents a lot of different things, and I don't think the term America should be one of those representations. It's about a man who keeps his word, who has honor, dignity, and integrity. Someone who is trustworthy and dependable. Yeah, whatever. As far as the idea that Sam Wilson's superpower is empathy, it's quite laughable, especially given how he depicted him, yes, in the D-plus series Falcon and the Winter Soldier. In the show, Wilson's character shows a false empathy or false compassion. He sympathizes with criminals and terrorists rather than the victims. In fact, the final episode, he sees Carly, Freckle Jesus, murder Sharon Carter instead of attempting to disarm her and detain her, and he shouts, "I'm not going to fight you because senators have got to do better." After she beats him down, Carter eventually shoots her. After she's shot, Wilson immediately goes to her side and cradles her in her arms and says, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, oh Lord Almighty, I'm so sorry. As her last words, yeah. Now he carries her towards the ambulance where he meets a number of politicians and instructs one to stop calling the terrorists. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he walks equivalent to female Osama bin Laden to an ambulance. Meanwhile, you got John Walker trying to save actually innocent civilians, but whatever, man. Morality of the show is so screwed. From there, Wilson lectures, yes, the politicians, well, not the female politicians, there's a white senator there for him to just sound off on. This girl died trying to stop you, and no one has stopped for a second to ask why. She's a terrorist. Who cares? People believed in her cause so much that they helped to defy the strongest governments in the world. What do you think that is? You gotta do better, Senator. You can make a phone call and move a border in an afternoon. It's like, you have no idea. What are your solutions, Falcon? I don't know. Oh, okay, cool. But I mean, it's so funny. It's so funny how Falcon becomes whatever they're trying to pass off as Captain America. He gets the shield. Meanwhile, there was somebody else who has super soldier serum, who is trying to redeem himself, who probably would have made him much better Captain America if you were going to go that route instead of just having to drag Chris Evans back 5 years on. Don't worry about any of that stuff. It'll totally be fine. No. But there was one more way to interpret this headline. Full acceptance of Sam Wilson as Captain America. Mostly because we've heard those rumors of Chris Evans, and yeah, that's really, really strongly leaning into the idea that he's going to come back as Hydra Cap. You goddamn well better believe it. One of the first things he's going to say, yeah, it's going to be Hail Hydra. It's going to be him, and it's going to be Tony Stark, Doctor Doom, going against Ironheart and Captain Falcon. Oh, but don't wait, there's the other discount Avengers that are going to be put on full display in the next couple of months. But it's hilarious, right? Because for as much apathy is surrounding Cap 4, okay, like outside of the cringe that popped up recently with the America isn't necessarily good or bad, it's more of an idea really during that Italian interview. But the Thunderbolts is coming out in May, like over the May long weekend, okay, over Memorial Day. It's Victoria Day up here in Canada, but over the unofficial kickoff to the summer, Thunderbolts is coming out. Does anybody care about it? Like, I mean, even CBR of all outlets. Captain America Brave New World detail may hint at the next big Marvel team up, and I think it will be way cooler than the Thunderbolts. Yeah, nobody cares about the rest of those discount Avengers. Like, yeah, Bucky's in there, but he was shown in the first trailer to be washing his arm in the dishwasher, and he's looking pudgy and out of shape. Fantastic. And Ghost is coming back. You remember Ghost and Red Guardian? So, okay, so we got Soviet Captain America. We've got knockoff Captain America. Oh, and John Walker's being a stay-at-home dad. Task Manager's there. Oh, yeah, right. And is this going to be the film that's really going to cement Florence Pugh as the new Black Widow? Are you passing the mantle that way, or is that not the way that it works for female superheroes? But it's hilarious because nobody gives a single shit about the Thunderbolts. Maybe the hype cycle will pick up after, you know, Captain Black Falcon America Man flops on its opening weekend. When week 2 rolls around and it has a 60 to 70% drop off of already underperforming expectations, it's going to be wild to see. But you just look at all these idiots, okay? I'm talking specifically about the writers here. Ben Morganti, okay, maybe you're a nice guy, but if you're still convinced that key jangles are the way to go from Marvel, okay, oh my god, there's going to be Red Hulk, does that mean we're going to be getting Elektra? Is Spider-Man coming in? Are we going to be getting a different team up? Oh my god, it's going to be so awesome. I mean, I'm sure you probably soiled your underwear at that Fantastic Four trailer too, you dork. It has never been the MCU's formula to do anything unintentionally. I beg your pardon? You already lost me in the first line. And that includes which characters they focus on and how their stories are released. The connectivity of the MCU has been its unique trait as far back as the first post-credits scene in Iron Man, in which Nick Fury appears to foreshadow the Avengers. Yet, everything's been intentional, right? The connectivity where you have how many different variations on the multiverse, how many different ways that you can have incursions. No? Okay, the connectivity, first and foremost, it's right there at the top. It's done so well in the early days of Marvel Studios. Yeah, because there was like 6 movies to rope in together. It really wasn't that difficult. Now that every other studio is trying to replicate the formula. Yeah, exactly, to various levels of success. And by various levels, I mean none at all whatsoever. I mean, it's getting to a point where you're just shitting out content for the sake of content, working towards another soft reboot with a Fantastic Four coming out in July. You just have to wade through the sewage that people are expressly not even looking forward to. They're looking at a potential key jangle that you can get from the tail end of one movie and totally glossing over and taking for granted another. That lets you know what we're dealing with here, okay? This whole passing the mantle and telling interesting stories from the titular character's point of view, that's not even crossing these people's minds rather. They just want to see what's coming next, and that's been a problem, okay? You want to talk about the connectivity and the greatest strengths of Marvel? Here's been its biggest hindrance in recent years. The fact that nobody wants to pay attention to the actual movie they're going to see. They're all paying attention to what comes next. And hell, that was even the slug line for the stupid Marvels movie that came out, where they've just focused a little bit longer on the X because, oh my god, the X-Men is coming. That's going to be so great. Don't pay attention to the slop that came beforehand. But hey guys, Beast is there. That means X-Men's there. Oh my god, Captain America, Brave New World. You got Red Hulk. That means you could get Spooderman and Elektra. That could be cool. Oh, and there's an asterisk at the end of Thunderbolts. That means it could be Dark Avengers. See, that's cool. But, 2025 is going to be the year of the Marvel flop. I don't know. Fantastic Four is probably going to be the tallest dwarf in the room. It's likely to make the most money of any non-live-action remake Disney project or animated project coming out this year. I think the bottom of the barrel, you're going to be fighting out between Brave New World and Snow White. I think Snow White probably comes in dead-ass last. But after that, it'll be interesting to see if Cap 4 or Thunderbolts ends up performing worse, because the biggest thing you could say about Thunderbolts is nobody's looking forward to it. People might even forget that it's coming out, and it just passes like a ship in the night. When these chickens ultimately come home to roost, when people go back to the theaters and start looking around going, it's not Captain America, that's not Black Widow, who's that? Ghost? What movie was that? Is that one of the Black Panthers? I don't remember. Why is Robert Downey Jr. He's not blowing up nuclear explosives? Why isn't he Tony Stark? I don't get it. Where's Thor? Where's Doctor Strange? Where's Spider-Man? I want to go see Superman. When's he coming in? All of this confusion, all of this insanity. This was the same shit that killed the comics, and now it's killing the golden goose over at Disney. But to be completely honest, couldn't happen to a better company. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.